Well, welcome to another Workshop Wednesday. We are trying to find a more apt, not not lull you to sleep countdown timer. So we're trying them all in this little application that we have here. So I
Bear
apologize
with
for the.
us as we test our technology.
That's right. Nothing like testing it out live.
Hey, that's how
Hi.
we roll.
That's right. Yeah. Coming in on two wheels, right? So hopefully you're joining us on either on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube.
Say
Yeah,
hello and tell us where you are sitting so we make sure it's all working.
yeah. Where are you coming from?
Where are
Um,
you?
how are you, Carrie?
Good. Did you just freeze?
Did I freeze? I don't.
Oh, oops. Looks like one of your streams is having connection issues.
Uh-oh.
Um, this
That's
is over
okay.
my head.
We seem to be all right. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, did you pay your internet bill?
Well, the interesting side note is this morning. So I'm at a campground in Maine, and this we chose this one of this site, this campground specifically because um, it's one of those boutique campgrounds. It's a little bougie, uh, but but it's real nice, right? So they actually have wired internet, Ethernet
Wow.
that
For
you
for
can get
Maine,
underneath.
that's major.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so the problem is they you got to tell them what site you're in because they got to do whatever they do on the background. It's not every site has the Ethernet capabilities, but because we're working and living remotely, we wanted to do this and make sure that the nature of Maine doesn't interfere with the connectivity, right? So um, so we were here for a month, but we're only here for they couldn't do us in one site for the whole time. So this morning we actually packed up everything. We moved we moved from one site to the other, but they had to readjust the Ethernet connectivity this morning. So that may be what's going on. I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, literally, like you normally come into these workshops on two wheels. I was literally coming in on two wheels, trying to back up my home into a site that typically I like to just pull through and be done with it. But the site that we're in is actually a pull through site. So the we were supposed to have, oops, we're supposed to have Rachel be joining us here, and it looks like she's having.
She can't get in. It's probably their security.
I'm sure.
Kate
Well,
figured it out.
yeah, Kate came in on a personal laptop here, but let me see if I can just send her.
She said she's tried personal work phone. Nothing's
No,
letting her. So
nothing's letting her in. Okay, so well, if we don't have our ADP, then we don't have our
we can wing it.
right. So our payroll fundamentals topic that we're continuing on, with or without our ADP representatives, um, and our other topics today on the workshop. So today we're going to be talking about employee handbooks, because we've talked about um, some of the policies and procedures and thought that you have to, as a small business owner, you have to come up with some of these things, and the handbook just kind of summarizes all that stuff, right, Carrie?
Yes, yes. You can yeah. You need to have it organized so that they have something to refer to if you provide anything, days off, paid days off, vacation number of vacation days, if you have a sick policy, if you have benefits, all those things need to be documented in some fashion so that everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, and that's where the handbook comes in, because it is a document uh, that makes those policies available, right? So do you have to create a handbook? Was it is it a requirement, like after so many days, or what has been your experience as an employer?
Well, as an employee, I sure would hope they'd have a handbook, but I don't know what the law is behind it, but it seems like, to provide benefits. I know that when we added things like 401k, there's rules and regulations around who can get that, like how many hours. If it's a part-time person, they wouldn't qualify. So all those have to be written somewhere. Um, legally, I don't really know but to me, I just think it's better policy to have it all outlined and 108. That was cheaper than anything I could find.
I lost you.
Oh, I wonder. This main thing is really great.
Yeah.
Scenery is beautiful. So
yeah.
whether it's a regulation or not, I don't know the answer to that. But what I liked was when we switched to ADP, they're not even here to say this. We quickly reached out to Kaitlyn and I said, how do I get a handbook? Because the one I have is probably 5 years old. And we need to put our benefits and stuff like that in there. And they had a template that you could at least start with, because we have, now that I'm saying it out loud, I realize there's some benefits I probably need to put in there that are missing.
Right.
But we have a place that we're asking what days, what holidays. So they have a really neat, easy way to create that and at least get started.
Yeah.
Starting from zero.
'Cause you were on QuickBooks payroll for forever, right? I mean, that's what you
2010.
Started with. And then, like, was that an option? I mean, I know they had like compliance posters and things like that you can purchase and stick up, but that's not what we're talking about.
That's not a handbook. That's more, that's at some point they had some kind of benefits in the background of the employee stuff and the employer side, and then they took it away and then they brought it back, and then I think it's gone again. So it would have been nice to have that. I mean, when we texted Kate and said, there she is.
I'm here.
Yeah, there you are. I was just talking about our experience of getting an employee handbook, and I texted Kate and said, I remember you told me there's one somewhere, and she walked us through the experience. It was super easy to get us started, so we had something to start with to give our new employee that started Monday. We do everything right. We plan it for a long time, and we're down to the wire and got it done. And I believe it's saved it's now in their little app, I think.
Yep. So they actually get a specific only saves the handbook, but also saves when they sign off on it in case anything comes back on your end.
And then when we make changes or when changes are made, does that get updated or uploaded back into their portal so they can always see the latest up-to-date version of it?
Absolutely. And it actually, ADP does push notifications to y'all as well. It's a book that actually has changed due to an employment law. That will actually notify you. You can then revise it, and it shoots it back out to the employees as well.
And one of the things that we were talking about, Rachel, that we didn't know, and we assumed that you did, but you weren't here yet to answer. Is a handbook required as an employee, as an employer?
So there are some states that require it, but overall, no. It is the one piece I would say though is typically where it comes in handy for lawsuits or even just unemployment claims. Typically, an unemployment claim is founded or there is no proof of job duties for that employee. So employee shouldn't go hand in hand for that.
So it's really just a CYA thing for most employers.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. So and that's one of the things that we thought was really neat about this process that you have with ADP is it starts with a template and really just kind of it's a wizard, right? Of just do you offer this? Okay, well, what is it? Is it health benefits? When do you get, when are you available to, to get the health benefits, or the retirement, or whatever? It really just kind of walks you through that process. Does all of ADP's offerings offer this employee handbook?
Yes, and there's actually differing levels. So it's model with ADP, which a lot of the tools that a small business owner needs, it's not necessarily an HR director to come in, but they just need self-service options. They still do a lot of the work that what y'all have. There's options that go all the way up the tier of having actually a consultant do the handbook for you and have that conversation to make it more specific to the organization. But sometimes those challenges with larger organizations, they're not quite cookie cutter. So there's a lot.
That's good to know.
Awesome. Well, thanks for making it finally. So we can,
I'm sorry.
So we can't just we're not just wondering about whether these things exist. You can actually confirm them. So one of the other things that we wanted to talk about is we wanted to share with everyone that we're on the firm of the future.
Oh, yeah, we went live today.
Yeah, I'm putting the link in the comments or in the chat, so that should go into YouTube and Facebook, so people should be able to click on that. But Carrie was interviewed for the Intuit hosted Firm of the Future blog, and she talked a lot about School of Bookkeeping. So if you want to take a look at that, you can certainly do that. But I was going to share my screen here. Let me make sure I'm in here. And there we are. Look at that. Look at that dynamic trio.
There you go.
But it talks a little bit about School of Bookkeeping and some of the other things that Carrie's involved with, and what we see as a benefit for the migration, the Great Migration. Maybe we should call it that. 2022 is the migratory from desktop to online.
What? Not everybody can do it. Not everybody should do it yet. So
right.
It's
definitely not something for everyone, but you want to make sure that it's a good fit. And that's why we have courses about migrating data from desktop in School of Bookkeeping. So it gives you a self-guided method. And if you need help, then we're there for you as well. And then another one thing I want to go ahead.
I was just saying, at least until July 31st.
Mm-hmm.
If you're migrating from desktop to QBO, you get a extra discount for that first 12 months of 50% off.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth taking advantage of that while it lasts. I don't know if they're going to extend it, but it does. Pretty sure it goes through July 31st for right now, since they want everyone to migrate, but plan accordingly. Don't do it just because.
Right. And speaking of upcoming events, so this Monday, if you're a brand new QBO subscriber, your price is going, if you order today, right, the price is different than it is after Monday. So new subscription, all new subscriptions. Is it all new subscriptions?
Not
I can't
for
remember.
us, not for resellers. We hold steady for a little while longer than they do, but it will happen soon enough, and we'll update our price sheet. So we have a little grace, but we have a grace period. I do need to get a handle on whether that 50% thing stays or goes.
Just double checking on the pricing, but at School of Bookkeeping, we're announcing a bundling option with QBO. You can bundle QuickBooks Online and School of Bookkeeping at the same time, and lock in some perpetual discounts. So I'm going to throw this page in the chat as well, so you can take a look at that if you need to. But I'm also looking up for these pricing increases just so we can make sure that is to go. Throw this over here. All right. Double check here. When are the dates? Okay, so July 18th for all new subscriptions, upgrades or downgrades, including core payroll and employee fees. So that's this coming Monday. But if you already have an existing subscription, August 1st will increase. Now, how much is it increasing? Here it is. So Simple Start Essentials and Plus is going up $5 per month. Advanced is going up $20 per month. And then the change to the per employee cost is for payroll core is $5 per employee. That should say employee, not per contractor, because contractor payments are changing as well. But instead of it being $4 per contractor, it's $15 for up to 20, and then $2 for each additional contractor. So that's actually a different pricing model altogether. So you get like a bulk. That's not
So
too
would
bad.
you like the good news about me? So price increases for QSP customers, new and existing, will start September 1st, 2022.
All right. So if you're going through QS, QuickBooks Solution Provider, they don't increase until September 1st.
Yep, September 1st, just to keep you totally dazed and confused. So,
right.
Yeah. So work with a reseller and get it, whether, purchase through a reseller or partner up if you're a bookkeeper.
All right. What happened to Rachel? She disappeared.
She must be having internet issues.
Oh, there
she
goes. Or she's frozen. Now we can't hear her.
Now we can't hear her.
Are you muted? All right. So, unless there's anything else, Carrie, I think today is
just
one
like
of those
that.
days.
I ended on the win.
Yeah.
September 1st.
Because it's all about you.
It always is. It always is. So yeah.
All right.
I just thought that was kind of cool that the prices don't increase for QSPs until September 1st. Woo, woo, woo.
You win for Carrie. All right. Yep. So we'll see you next time on another Workshop Wednesday. And as always, great to see you. And we will see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks for joining, Rachel.